Hello everyone, this is Hakaym and welcome back to some more World of Warships. And well, today we have a rather amusing battle. Now I have been playing World of Warships for almost 2.5 years right now, and I've been playing this game so long that every now and then I just want to have some fun. And what better way to have some fun than to go and play the Okhotnik? And the Okhotnik is a tier 5 premium destroyer. And obviously, if anyone does not know, the Okhotnik has, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guns, all in single mount. And it has 4 triple torpedoes that reload very, very quickly, mind you. And I can imagine all the Russian designers just, let's put on as many guns and torpedoes as we can and make it a long-ass ship. And that's what this ship came out as. Let's actually go ahead and take a look at the teams. I am joined with 2 of my clanmates who are also in Okhotniks. Yeah, triple division of Okhotniks in a tier 7 battle. Not the best matchmaking, to be sure. We do have a Nagato, Queen Elizabeth, 2 Normandies, Julius Caesar, Algeria, Alba, Molotov, Moss, and 3 Okhotniks. On the enemy team, there's a Hood, New Mexico, Normandy, Dunkirk, Julius Caesar, Fiji, Cleveland, Galley, Akatsuki, Farragut, Gade, and another enemy Okhotnik. So, yeah, I will have to say, Okhotnik's fun. It's a really gimmicky ship. It's fun, especially if you can rush a battleship, especially preferably tier 3 to 5. It's really fun because, well, there's not really much that they can do, and once you get within, a few kilometers, your torpedoes are going to hit, and they are going to hurt really hard. So yeah, it is fun, but when it is faced up against, say, tier 6 and tier 7 ships, things are a little bit more difficult. So at the moment, a few of our teammates, obviously our division is pushing out on the eastern side of Two Brothers, and this is standard battle, which means there's only 1 cap. And there's a couple ways to win a battle in standard battle. Is either kill all ships or take the enemy base, but at the same time you do have to protect your own base from enemy ships. And we'll see how this goes. Now I will also say one more thing. There is a hero among us, and it's actually someone outside of our division, but you will see to whom I'm actually speaking of much later on in the battle. So enemy Okhotnik was spotted. We do have Jehoon currently slowing up, smoking up, and then Rommel comes in as well to try to assist. But at the moment, no one's currently spotting, so since I'm not really in the smoke screen, and I actually am unfortunately at a disadvantage compared to my 2 friendly Okhotniks. They are both running AFT on their Okhotnik. I did not switch over to a different captain, and this is just, I believe, a 10-point captain, so I don't have the benefit of advanced firing training, so I don't have that additional range, so it's just better off if I go and SWAT, and that's what we're going to do. Now, the guns on the Okhotnik are fairly capable, especially with AP. Any cruisers that obviously are of the thinner armor kind can get citadeled by the AP in the Okhotnik. The only downside of the Okhotnik is the fact that her reload speed on the guns is quite terrible. Now, I don't think I have BFT on this captain. Once again, this is a lowly tier 10 captain, and so the reload speed is around 7 to 9 seconds, so it takes quite a while, and we are now detected by the enemy Okhotnik. And it's probably going to be a good idea to go ahead and slow up. That is a galley just to our west or south of us. So we're going to go ahead and slow up. The Okhotnik did open up on us, so he is going to be currently spotted by our friendly teams. But one nice thing about these guns is the dispersion's fairly decent. It does, for the most part, hit pretty hard, especially against other destroyers. But once again, your reload speed's fairly slow. So essentially think of it as a cruiser guns on a destroyer frame. So you kind of get the picture. Very slow reload, but still hit pretty hard. Now, our team have lost 2 ships, and the majority of our team did push over to the western side. We'll see how that goes for them. But we do take out the enemy Okhotnik. That's the very first kill for our team, which is definitely very, very nice. And at the moment, it looks like we might have a few ships coming back to try to protect their cap. Enemy Cleveland is a very dangerous threat for any destroyers, but that galley is also alive, and I think I want to get rid of that galley as quickly as possible. He's actually very low in health. I think he only has, yeah, a couple thousand points of health, so he could be easily outclassed by a Okhotnik that does decide to sneak up on him, and should be able to take him out with relative ease. But at the moment, Juhoon is very, very close to this Cleveland. Now, he is in smoke, and the detect for the Okhotnik in smoke is very low. It's around 3 kilometers. So he should be fine as long as he stays in that smoke and nothing is flying around and spotting him. Now, I do drop torpedoes, well, considering that they only have a 4.5 range. Not likely to hit this Cleveland, but you never know. We might get lucky, but this Cleveland is going to go down. The Julio Cesar is definitely seeing to that, as well as all our friends. Look at that. Another kill for us. Our team has taken 2 of the kills so far. Very, very nice. Now we've actually gone in range of this galley, and of course we leave this galley with 200 points of health. That is severely unfortunate. Now, another thing about the Okhotnik, for anyone that is curious, this ship is a long ship. She does not turn very well. She has a very large turning circle radius for a destroyer of tier 5, which is somewhat impractical, so she's not extremely nimble. Just think of her as a long canoe with guns is probably going to be the best way to really describe her. But one definitely nice benefit of the Okhotnik is that her guns, for the most part, will turn 360 degrees. But unfortunately for us, Juhoon has gone down due to a pesky little plane that was flying above, sent out from the Cleveland. So yes, now here I probably should have just opened up on this frigate. He's 24 points of health, but I don't, and unfortunately he disappears in his smoke screen. Shots are out, but unfortunately we get no kill. He's only 24 points of health, but I do have to be careful. There's also a Fiji around, and the Fiji, for everyone that has, for some odd reason, not played World of Warships in a very long time, can definitely kill a destroyer very, very quickly with its armor piercings. But it does look like the Fiji has kind of manned up and is starting to push in. Now, we do have a friendly Queen Elizabeth right behind us, who's actually very full health. And we'll see how things go. But right now, I think I'm going to try to get in the smoke screen. Queen Elizabeth should be spotting for us. So if I get in there, we should be able to... well, oh, okay, never mind. The smoke screen dissipated, and unfortunately our torpedoes did miss this Fiji. But one nice thing about the Okhotnik is the fact that her torpedoes reload very quickly. It's around 40-45 seconds, so not bad for a tier 5. But once again, considering that they only have 4.5 kilometer range, it's fairly suicidal just to get those torpedoes off. Now, I am concerned the Fiji might be running hydro, but I don't think he is at the moment, or else I think we would have been spotted by now. Now, I had switched over to AB, hoping that, well, we'd be able to citadel him, but he's staying bow in on us. But one of our torpedoes looks pretty good. Alright, this Fiji should go down to the combined efforts of our team. There we go. Fiji is now dead. But while this is all happening, what's happening in the north? Well, they have actually 2 good destroyers at the moment. And that Katsuki is doing a fantastic job for the enemy team. And we only have 3 ships up in the north at the moment, and the enemy Akatsuki is currently capping our cap. Now, this could easily be countered if one of our friendly ships decides to push into cap. Now, we can try to start capping. There's still a pesky little destroyer around, but that Akka has just taken out our friendly Normandy. And, well, this shot was kind of oofed. My bad. It was a little short there. I think he's actually reversing. But it does look like Rommel gets the kill on that frigate. And now we can begin capping. So the enemy team has predominantly pushed up on the northern side into our cap, leaving only two battleships down here to protect their base. Now, for the most part, Okhotnik is going to have trouble actually torpedoing any battleships. Really does rely on ambushing or just the battleship charging in with no regards to its own life. Now we are currently going to spot for Rommel, but what's happening in the north? Well, there's 2 ships left. There is a brave Alba captain and a Nagato. Who do you think is going to be the hero of this team? The enemy team is almost halfway done with capping us out. We are pushing the Normandy away. But he is about to step onto our cap, but it does look like he's starting to obviously pull away. But in the north right now, the Alba has just taken out the Dunkirk and is now stepping onto cap, which has stopped the capping process of our personal cap, which is going to give us a little bit more time to actually cap. Now here's the downside. We do have a Queen Elizabeth that is currently in the cap, and he is constantly being reset, which is unfortunate, but as far as capping goes, both me and Rommel have the most cap points, so even though he's on there, we still will get cap, but still we are losing a little bit of that capture process every time that Queen Elizabeth gets hit. So the Alba has pushed into cap, and there must have been the Akatsuki around, as we just saw him for a brief second on the minimap. And this Alba, well, just pay attention to what this Alba does. He actually gets torpedoes on the Akatsuki, completely resets the cap, and is now charging in to face off against 2 battleships. This match probably would have went into the enemy's favor had that Alba not actually pushed into our friendly cap and taken out the enemy Akatsuki. Now, for whatever reason, I don't understand why these battleships didn't try to charge into their own cap to try to protect themselves from being capped out. But they decided against it, and we are actually freely able to cap out, even though we have just lost our Nagato and our Alba is just about to go down. But in about 13 seconds, we will have fully capped out the enemy base. So, kind of an amusing match. I will have to give props to It's Me Butters. I think that is actually a rather funny name. I really do like that name. High props to him. He actually saved us this game. Yes, granted, just having some fun with the Okhotnik probably is not the smartest idea, but when you've been playing World of Warships as long as I have, might as well have some fun every once in a while. Doesn't always have to be quite so serious. But with that, we have actually won this game, and this is going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you saw, hit the like and subscribe button. You guys have a great and fantastic day. Zai Jen.